I call this drama class warm-up. I learned it in a workshop with Erich Schiffmann. You don't even need a mat. You start with your feet a comfortable distance apart. We start with some joint mobilization. It's like you could imagine you were holding your wrist and trying just to shake your fingers. Let the muscles be loose. So the muscles from higher up in the arm are controlling the shaking movement. And the movement grows from just your fingers into your wrist, then from your wrist to your elbow, and from your elbow all the way to your shoulder. Try to be really loose as you shake. This can last for a short amount of time or for a little bit longer. Then pause and notice the difference between your two arms. Direct students to do the same on the other side, again, as though they could shake like with the wrist not moving at first, just the fingers, and from the fingers to the wrist, from the wrist to the elbow to the arm, and after several rounds of shaking here, pause. It's like you just pulled on some energy gloves and your arms feel awake. Then we do the same for the legs. Now students may need to move over to the wall or hold on to a chair for this, but they'll shift the weight into one leg and try to shake just the toes. It's actually pretty hard to shake just the toes. So after we've tried that, we'll move to the ankle. From the ankle to the knee, it's a balance challenge for sure. And then from the knee so that you're shaking the whole leg from the hip. Again, stand and pause. That fourth limb is just dying to be shook. So we'll lift it up and do the same. First toes, then ankle, then knee, then hip. Now, of course, if any of this doesn't feel good, encourage students to skip the movements that are causing them any discomfort. Now it's like you're wearing an energy wetsuit, but you've got a bathing suit underneath. So we want to do something similar to activate the spine, but we're not going to just shake the whole spine. Instead, I think of this as unzipping and then zipping back up. So it starts with a drop of chin to chest. And there's some room here even to move the neck from side to side. And it continues on down as though you were unzipping your spine. Everything that's already been unzipped gets kind of to dangle down. Knees bend as much as you need them to so that this feels pleasant on every part of your body, including your hamstrings. And for clients who don't want to take their spine into deep flexion, just have them come down and do a neck stretch. Then slowly come back up. Again, this presumes that the spine is cool with this. You may need to cue an alternative for folks who don't want to go all the way up and down, like a standing cat and cow would be a really nice alternative. Several rounds of that, maybe 2, 3, up to 5. It kind of builds on itself and it feels even better the more you do it. Now the whole body is awake. We finish with a breath of joy. It's a 3-part inhale. Inhale, part 1, fingers forward, part 2, fingers wide, part 3, fingers high, and and keep going. I think you see why I call it drama class warm-up, because it's really putting you in your body and starting to release some of the tension and maybe the inhibitions that students might have walked onto the mat with.